Okay, I saw this post somewhere on hustle_for_better. They post viral posts. They post things that they know social media will agree with. Say, marrying late is better than marrying wrong. Never rush into a relationship. Ain't that right? Right? When you do it, God is good all the time. Man, it's a good show. I appreciate you, Marriott. God is good all the time. Ain't that a word? Ain't that the truth? Clap, clap. Anyway, wait till let's go in the comment. Let's see what they say in the comment. Somebody said, don't marry, even better. So I said, don't even do it. Okay, marriage is a scam, right? See, when you thought this made sense to you, somebody's going to take the way to another level for you. Just tell you, don't marry at all. Right? So what are you going to do? And say, no, I don't think people should not marry. I don't think it's that deep. No, it's that deep. If it was that deep for you, then it's that deeper for other people. See, all of us have worry. Let's be advising ourselves now. All right. So now, marrying late is better than marrying wrong. Correct. That's a correct statement. Never rush into a relationship. Correct statement. The problem is that it's pregnant. It is a pregnant statement. Anyway, somebody said this is just amazing. That's motivational education as well. This is so true. That's the best one. That's the best post of the day. You can marry late and still marry nonsense. Now that's the bestest of bestest. Somebody say, hey, you think you have weird, Abby? Let's take it to the next level. You can marry late and still marry nonsense. In fact, let me even add on to it. You can marry late and you were the nonsense. How's that one? We're not talking. We're not addressing the real issues. Not on social media. I'll tell you that much. Okay. So true this is. So I say, like a man. Agreed. Amen. Rather wait for my steak to be cooked right. You go wait stay. Anyway, cooking steak. Marrying late sis, not also a guarantee that you won't marry wrong. They use that also sink. Use that th that also sink. I don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, it's a very short thing. When you say these very, very correct statements, make sure that you're coming from a very correct place. Okay, it's like communication. We're about to talk about communication now, right? It's like communication as well. It's not you talking that matters. Okay, it's not just the fact that you're talking that makes it communication. In fact, there are 2 steps that has nothing to do with you talking that I want to talk about before you talk about you talking in communication. There is listening. There is active listening, as in like you're listening to understand. And there's an additional step, 3 steps. There's listening to where they're coming from. Sometimes they're saying nonsense while you're having sex with them, so it is what it is. If the person you're having sex with is saying nonsense, your husband, your wife, the mother of your children, the father of your children is talking gibberish, nonsense, your fault too, okay? And it's not the nonsense that I need you to listen to. I want you now, as a 3rd level, try to see if you can hear where they're coming from. Listen. You're not sure where they're coming from. You're thinking deeper. You're like, what happened the last 2 days? Is something wrong somewhere? Wait, can you elaborate? What do you mean by that? You have enough patience in yourself. You have capacity. You've been working on yourself. You've been changing yourself. You have the capacity to calm down and realize that whatever they're going through, for them to be spitting gibberish is probably not about you. Probably it might be about you, but probably it's mainly about them always, because they have the power to choose to also move with less madness. But somehow that's the person you're having sex with, so they're moving with madness. Congratulations, you have to deal with it. It's their fault, you're right. You still have to deal with it. So now you have to listen as a 3rd level to where they're coming from. That takes a minute. You might not have the answers today, but you have the patience if you've been working on yourself. you have the capacity to chill and just relax. And maybe there's more to this, right? Well, it's easier said than done, I'm sorry. But it's highly rewarding if you can learn how to do that. It is highly rewarding if you can learn how to do it. It's not just going to benefit you in this romantic relationship just in case you decide that, well, I'm not going to deal with that. This newly learned skill will help you in your professional life. It will help you in every aspect of life. Okay? So, with that being said, let's move on and talk a little bit about some of the weirdo, twisted, weirdest advices that will get, well, the angles are weird and twisted and people are using to sabotage themselves. So marriage exposed, the ugly truth no one talks about. Communication. You must talk about everything. I think I've addressed that already now. Talking, just talk, every time you talk. Now you've given the person admonitions to continue to destroy your relationship because somebody told you that all you have to do is talk. Just talk about everything. Talk about everything. Well, how can it destroy? Well, over talking each other, obviously that creates resentments. Obviously, there's at least one of you that will feel suffocated by that attitude when it comes to communication. Okay? Forcing people to express feelings. I don't know what you expect to get out of that, Gen Z, social media, millennials. I'm not sure what you're expecting to get out of forcing people to express their feelings. The best they could do for you is probably lie to you. So what should you learn from that? Not all conflicts need to be resolved immediately. Definitely not what we're just talking. Sometimes there's timing. Sometimes some things are left best unsaid. Some things, your behavior will change it. Just the way you react to it will change it. Okay? So the reality when it comes to communication, it's not about talking more. Okay? It's about maybe maybe I can give you talking effectively, because at some point, of course, you should talk. But make sure you know what you're talking to or you're speaking to, and not just be speaking because you think speaking will fix anything. You're probably gonna lie to yourself. Number 2, boundaries. Protect your space at all times. Against who? Your husband? Abi your wife? Which one are you talking about? Are you sure you're talking about boundaries? Abi you're talking about your low levels of tolerance? Which one? They can overlap. They can overlap. Yes, boundaries are important. Okay. But this kind of advice will probably just encourage hyper independence. We all need each other. You lie to yourself so much in this social media space. Don't deceive yours. I need you. You need me. Okay? That's the reality. Okay? Just like everything else, you can take this too far. All of these advices, they are including my own advices, they are double-edged sword. That's why it needs to be applied to each person's story in a unique way. There's timing, there's moving variables, some grammars. You should never kneel down to any grammar, but unless you're a woman and you're just needing to greet her. But you should not be kneeling down to beg her to learn how to compose herself. Absolutely not. Okay. So boundaries are supposed to strengthen relationship. That's the whole point. If it's creating division for you, then you have to pay attention to that. A lot of people come to me and say, real estate is an asset. I say, no, it's not that piece of property that the asset is. If it's putting money in your pocket. If it's not putting money in your pocket, you can't just because it's a house call it an asset. Okay, generally speaking, we've known it to be an asset, but you can end up buying a house. You can end up buying a house that will become a liability for you. I need people snapping now. Okay, Tonya, you're supposed to be in bed like 2 hours ago, Tonya. But you can talk. Sharing bucket and wisdom with us for hours. Oh, bless you, Tonya. Make sure you're not rolling over checking phone. Your husband next to you. May God forgive you. All right. Number 3. If they are toxic, cut them off. Narcissism, right? The narcissistic thing, the obsession that you ladies especially have with the type. If I want this channel to blow up right now, all I have to do is make all the titles about narcissism. That's literally all I have to do. I feel like we'll go viral like that. If I this subtopic that we're looking at, number 3 here, right? If I make it the title of a video, hey, I'm about to blow here. We don't blow me that. I promise you. But it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Social media, you're obsessed with calling the person you're having sex with, or at least once upon a time you used to have sex with them. You're obsessed with calling them a narcissist. Even for the smallest flaws. What do you mean smallest flaws? Well, you're snooping, you're like the police of narcissism. You're looking every other day, 5 signs of a narcissistic person. 5 signs that the narcissistic person will never change. Actually, I forgot. First second of the video, they will never change. Jeez, what do you want? You're living in a funk, in a painful funk. Are you ever gonna change it? Listen, you might be enjoying the familiar sense of this pain you're going through, but you're missing out. You're missing out so much. Disagreements are natural between human beings, right? Of course, it escalates to argument. I always say avoid argument. Why do I say that? Because I know they will happen. But when you are aware that you should avoid them, at least at some point you have some self-control. Say, okay, let's not argue. We obviously have a disagreement here. What should you do? Look for a common ground. There's only one secret here: unity. Unity. What do you tell each other? You say, well, cut them off. Not every disagreement or a selfish moment is a sign of narcissism. Okay? What most people call narcissistic behavior or trait, for the most part, is they felt a sense of selfish. Somebody is being selfish. So the first thing you think about is call them a narcissist. You couldn't be more wrong or wronger. You're wrong. In fact, I will bet my monthly livelihood on it that you are the narcissist. Just a bet, a gamble. Okay? So when we're talking about true narcissistic abuse, it's something serious. You're not going to get anything from demonizing your partners, your past partners, the mother of your children. Nothing good is coming for you out of it. Outside of the short-term feel good, you feeling like, oh, after all, you've been a victim. It hasn't been your fault. Yeah, you feel good short-term. Long-term, but that attitude is going to hurt you because it shows up in your behavior. Number 4, infidelity. You guys are obsessed with infidelity. You're obsessed with cheating. Okay? For good reasons, I must say. Some of you, listen, cheating hurts. Betrayal hurts. But some of you are disconnected from the fact that betrayal, like cheating, is a form of betrayal. There are other forms of betrayal that hurts just as much. But you're obsessed with cheating. So it drives how you think about everything when it comes to relationship. So even when it is not happening, you're already picturing that it's happening. How do I know? Because you're looking for ways to prevent it. But when you're actively always looking for ways to prevent cheating and infidelity, it's already happening. Not necessarily that somebody is doing it to you, but you're living it. It's all in your brain. You're scared, shitless. You're missing out on enjoying your relationship. And yes, you're potentially pushing your partner away. Maybe not even to go and cheat. Maybe to finally dump your ass. Someday they wake up and they will dump you. Sometimes the way they dump you is not always what it looks like. It might look like they cheated, but honestly, it hasn't been home for them. And vice versa. Because there are men who are so insecure who do the same thing. They're insecure for a good reason. Maybe somebody cheated on them in Jesus too, so now they feel betrayed. It's tough. Betrayal is tough across the board. But you need to understand that it's betrayal across the board. If you said we are together and then I find out that you're building a house in Nigeria, like maybe even I've always told myself it's okay for you to have your own freedom, but I feel some type of way. Or maybe I find out that you've been giving this extra $2,000 to your mother for the last 3 years while I'm struggling to pay the bills. You don't see that as cheating? I know I always give the example of you go downstairs to go and eat ice cream and you guys don't agree. You said you cheat you told me, you didn't tell me, but I also didn't know that you were going to be eating ice cream downstairs. I could have been eating mine too. Right? But the point I'm making there is that betrayal hurts. Of course it hurts. But when you're obsessed with cheating, you're living it already. Don't be afraid. You're already living it. Just make that your reality, since that's the only thing you want to be worried about, as opposed to pouring into your relationship, pouring into your partner. What are you pouring into them if all you're doing is sitting down having conversations with them about cheating and how scared you are of them cheating on you? You're missing out. The time you're supposed to be there loving on each other, you're busy talking about bullshit that is not happening, obviously not in real time. Just telling you. Another thing, once a cheater, always a cheater. But yet you want to stay there and then show each other shaggy. The idea that infidelity always means a relationship is over can stop couples from working through issues that led to the betrayal. How can something lead to the betrayal? You're an adult, see? You're getting defensive. Calm down. Okay? Calm down. While cheating is serious, some marriages recover stronger after addressing the root problems. Either you like it or not, that's the reality. Okay? So the reality, more so, is every situation is different. Some people should severe. Cut, snip, it's not going to work. Some people, not so simple Gen Z people. Okay, calm down. Calm your balls down. Stop giving everybody this prescription that they must leave their relationship. And by the way, there's a good chance you're going to become the enemy. Next time they have sex, you become the pillow talk and they will tell the other person that you told them to leave. And it's like, I can't believe she told that to her husband. She won't tell that to her husband. But yeah, what do I do? I wanted to say that in Ibadan. Did I say it right? Sorry, Ibadan people. Go on TikTok. Everybody's talking. They're doking themselves on TikTok. I'm very polite here, so don't even come on my case. I talk very spicy in real life, if you meet me. But let's go to number 5. Don't worry, I'll come to the comments in the session. Love yourself first before loving someone else. I say that here all the time. But again, everything is double-edged sword. Some of you need to be selfless. Some of you need to be selfish. It just depends on your situation. Okay? Some of you need to be more selfless. Some of you need to be more selfish. Some of you are too selfish. You need to be more selfless. Some of you are too selfless. You need to start loving yourself. Value yourself. If I have to make a generalization out of this, it's always love yourself. But make sure you are addressing what do you want. If you say love yourself and you're hurting your loved ones, you don't love yourself. That backfires very quickly. Do you understand? Okay? Self-love is important. Yes. It promotes, for some people, self-centeredness. Okay? So we got to be careful. Okay? We have to be careful. Marriage isn't about being perfect. It's not about that. It's about growing together at the end of the day. If you grow alone, you grow apart. Then that's not marriage. Like, what are we talking about? Right? Well, everybody's living that. No, you're creating damages in children. You might think it's working out. Everybody lives in their own bedroom. No, you're creating damages in children, and they should lock you up if you think that way. All right. I had 5. Okay, we're going to 6. I think we already talked about this somehow. Everything is toxic. Listen, we're all toxic people if you put us in the wrong environment. So stop being so quick to call people toxic. Then the relationship hacks and quick fixes. You know, you don't know how to argue. There's things like that we say. I say some of them too. I just want you to know that if you take that without proper support, you go and copy paste it on your relationship, it can backfire. So all these quick fixes, there's no such thing as quick fixes when it comes to building something sustainable, relationship, wealth, or health. Quick fixes, you will crash and burn if you move up too fast. You have to do the work. The work is the foundation that you need to make it sustainable, and then obviously you need support. So quick fixes, be careful when it comes to relationships. There are a lot of people subscribing and prescribing all kind of quick fixes all over the place. I'm just letting you know, be careful. All right. What else do I have here on my list? Yeah, one size fits all stuff, be careful. I think when people say relationships, there's no manual, what they're trying to say is there's no one size fits all. I completely get that. But like every other, sometimes I hear it so bad, or I'm hearing it from the wrong person. I was like, no, you're wrong. What do you mean I'm wrong? Because you are saying it. You're like, no, stop saying there's no manual. Okay, to particular persons. So, which is majority of people that tend to repeat it. So I push against it, you know. Then I think this is the last one. Let's see here. Exaggerated emphasis on red flags is the reason why my wife and I wrote the book, Number One Red Flag. We noticed that people are obsessed with red flags. Okay, all right, let's give you what you want. Then we used it to share 11 green flags. And then we still share the one red flag. It's a secret. Go and pick up the book and read it. All right, so let me come to the comment section. I think I'm gonna round up today. We're gonna round it up today. This is 2020. Marriott, exactly. Yes, people just want to point finger, Jum. We all want to point finger. We have to push against ourselves. We have to have some self-control around that. If we're talking about especially your husband or your wife, first of all, make sure you calm down and note what role did you play. It's okay to ask them that you would like a better behavior. But how you ask is really what matters, not what you're asking. There's certain things that you ask that you're actually right, and you will just collect. I'm telling you.
Sorry.
Alright, so it's how you ask. Oftentimes, people don't mind that you're asking them to support in making their experience better. You see how I put that? People don't mind. But if you come at me and I feel like it's an attack, I don't care if you're right. I literally, logically speaking, I do not care if you are right if I feel a sense of attack.
Are you stupid?
Even if you didn't mean to attack me, never mind your intentions. Your intentions, instantly, if I feel an attack, we end up straight in the bottom. Telling you. Jum said, narcissistic obsession. I was there one time some years ago. We bless God. We bless you, Lord. You are holy. We bless God for your life, Jum. Thank God for redirection and Coach MOP. Hint, hint. All right. So shout out to all of you. I appreciate you guys. Help me share this video. Share. If you want my personal help, all you have to do, first step, you have to go through the masterclass. Go to getmymarriageback.com, or you can go to manofprestige.com. I think that works too. I redirected it. So manofprestige.com. The link is also linked inside the description box. It says 72 minutes. If you cannot dedicate 72 minutes to a masterclass, don't go there. Leave it alone. After the 72 minutes, you will know exactly the next step to take. but that's the prerequisite. You have to go to the 72 minutes. Okay, if you go in there and you spend 20 minutes, I can tell. You have to register, you attend the class, you pick a time that works for you, you attend the masterclass at 72 minutes, and then if you need to move forward, you move forward. If you need to say this is it, you would have gotten a lot of value already for free. All right, for free, absolutely free. Okay, so that masterclass is there. I'm not your therapist. Okay, you want therapists, go to betterhelp.com. I don't know why I'm advertising that, but no, I'm not here to pamper you so you can talk and end up in the same funk all over again. I'm not saying all therapists do that, but for the most part, people are bullshitting themselves with a lot of the stuff that's out there. Okay, and let's be frank, especially here in America, they just want your money. Okay, for me, if I want money, all I have to do is change this title to narcissistic people, 5 signs of avoiding narcissism, and I get some more money. But I'm looking for people, real transformation. I'm looking for testimonials. Hint that Jum just dropped right there. Thank God for redirection and Coach MOP. Those are what I'm looking for. Thank you for the super chat, Jum. I appreciate you. I'm looking for real transformation. I don't want your money. Okay. Thank you. We're gonna dance and then go home.
Your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.